Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds, by birth also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? I know my lighting is a little bit distorted. Please forgive me, okay? As long as you can hear, then we good to go. Don't pay attention to the lighting. I hope all is well with everybody. Let me go ahead and get my other cousins in over here, and we're going to go ahead and get this party started, all right? What's going on, Instagram fam? YouTube and Facebook all together collectively. A great big welcome. Welcome in to those who are coming by for the first time, and welcome back to those who always spin the block and hang with your girl, Dr. Worlds. Okay? Appreciate y'all much. Now, next thing I want to ask y'all to do real quickly, ain't gonna cost a dime, it ain't gonna take even a minute of your time, is to go ahead and share this broadcast. Okay? This is the information they don't want you to know. It's the information you couldn't go to nobody's school and pay for, okay? So make sure you share. They don't want you to know what I'm about to be sharing with y'all, okay? I'm on a rampage. I don't mind exposing their secrets, coming by here helping some of my cousins. You understand? I'm going to be sharing something that I believe we all should be aware of. Instead of us fighting amongst each other and going back and forth with each other, we can be doing greater things together. So that's what this is about. The more you share, the more people can be reached. And like I said, I believe everybody in a mammy needs to know what is going on. At least they up to date and they're not distracted by black and white. They're not distracted by racism. They're not distracted by politics, okay? And then because it is my birthday today, okay, I do have some amazing opportunities that you might want to take advantage of. I'm not going to be here long, but I'm going to go ahead and open us up with what I believe each and every one of us should be paying attention to and we should be watching out and looking for. I'm only genuinely sharing this because I don't want you to get caught up. You don't have to get caught up. You are in control. You have all the power over your own entire life. How that's going to go. Hi, sister. Sister and brother, you are in control about how your life is going to go. You might have not been in control of how your life has been, but every single day you are in control of how your life is going to go. With that being said, I must say this, that American dollar, the whole entire system, and I've been telling y'all this over and over and over again, they are resetting the system. The reason why that is very urgent and dangerous, okay, is simply because there are so many people that are not prepared for this. So many people that are not prepared for this. And that I think, me personally, I think it's absolutely horrible that, and I'll explain it in a storytelling format, okay? One second, let me tell my daughter to turn her phone down. My apologies. My apologies. So, I'll tell it in this way so that we all can understand. Okay, what's going on? And again, don't mind the lighting. You can hear the message. That's what most important. If I was able to actually convince, okay, through the system of belief, I tell you guys all the time, everything is about systems, and we are called to dominate systems. I'll give you an example of what a belief system is, right? They came up with something called the lottery. They tell people that the lottery pot is at this many millions of dollars. We really don't know if it's really at that many millions of dollars. It's all a numbers game. And I always come by and tell my cousins, if you learn these three games, you'll never lose. The money game, which is a number game. Okay? The credit game, which is a leverage game. And the tax game, which is a freedom game. Remember that. Write that down. Take a picture of it. Take a screen record. I'll say it one more time. If you learn how to play these three games in life, and I paid a lot of money to learn the information that I so freely come by here and give to my people. One, because I believe what has happened to us all, no matter gender, no matter race, no matter sex, we all been played. Simple as that. We've all have been played by a system. Back to what I was saying about the lottery system, which is a belief system. You have lots of people that swear by winning the lottery. They go work, they don't have no issues. They don't be like, they never stop to think to themselves, this is a scam. Everything else could be a scam, but the lottery system isn't a scam because they believe that they're going to win. They pray about winning. They dream about winning. They believe that they are going to win. Therefore, they continuously play the game. When all it is a belief system. You believe that one day you're going to win. So therefore, you're going to keep playing until you win. And if you never win, you're going to keep on believing that you will win until you can't anymore. When they say the pot is at this much money, how do we know that? What proof do we have? We don't. So we believe when they say jackpot is 7 million, they believe that. You got to hear the horror stories of those who have won monies from the lottery system and had it taken away from them. Say, and you owe that, to the medical bill, and you owe student loan debt. And by the time they got whatever they got, it was close to nothing. It's a system. And people don't mind giving their money. They start, they get creative with it. I got $100. I'm going to buy 100 tickets for $1. Man, I'm going to go. They get real creative. They be prideful to ask for help if they ever need help, but they will go to their coworkers, family members, relatives. Hey, y'all want to get in on this Powerball? If we win, you get this much, that much. You start doing the math. Okay? All these people now is playing for one person to win. By the time they get everybody to buy multiple tickets, increasing the odds of them winning, they've been had 7 million. If they happen to make 30 million, the other 23 is theirs, clean, free, it's theirs. You don't know how much money came in. It's a belief system. And everybody believes the same thing, but there's only one winner, and they don't win their money. They win everybody's money. They don't have any money to just be handing out like that. You yourself can start a lottery, okay? They probably come for you because when you start playing on them levels, they want to lock you up in the feds. But it's the same thing that they've done. That's why I said this is the truth they don't want you to know. So that was just one example of a belief system. Now I'm going to tell you why I believe what has happened to all of us is wrong and why I be pressing the gas pedal the way that I be pressing the gas pedal. The way that I keep on knocking on your doors, the way that I keep on showing up, the way that I keep on saying the same thing. If I was able to get 500 people to come on my territory, build my whole entire country, I don't have to do any work. I'm going to pay you, but then I'm going to charge you for paying you. It's called taxes. Taxes are due or we'll lock you up, which makes you pay us, owing us in restitution, owing us for housing you, clothing you, feeding you, controlling you. Either way it go, you're going to pay us. And if we have to take you and incarcerate you, that's going to be double. The fee, which you owe us for you to work here where I done brought you to. And then I'm going to put you on something called a payroll system. I'm going to tell you how much money you can make. And if you extra good and you bringing me in a lot of money, then I might reward you with a little increase. I'm going to pay you $15 an hour. Meanwhile, I'm making $1,500 an hour on you. You just won't know that because I got the system that would allow you to get money to keep on paying back the government through taxes, through basic necessities, through rent, through car insurance, through cell phones. You own nothing. Therefore, the money that you are coming to work for goes back to us, and you end up with nothing but being able to rent and be sustained so that you can keep on working for us until your bones say, hey, I can't go no more. Until your family break up, say you work too much. You're never home. Until your children is out there in the street being influenced by every celebrity on TV because you were never there. You didn't have time. You telling your kids to go be the best that they can be, but you weren't the best that you could be. And we continue this rat race for generations without somebody realizing, man, we are being played. I'm upset because you guys use us to pay taxes, to work, to divide families, to divide us as neighbors, things that happen to our children. I mean, total destruction, real talk, for minimum wage. We don't own anything. We've been sold a dream, not a reality. A dream. The American dream is a dream. Let me give you the definition of a dream. Because we don't stop to ask ourselves, what does all this mean? And as long as you keep on believing in the dream, whether you obtain it or you don't, you'll always be believing. So therefore, you'll always be striving for what you're believing. It's sick. It's psychological warfare. Okay? Here is the definition of a dream. A series of thoughts, images, and sensations occurring in a person's mind. It's one definition. Okay? A cherished aspiration, not even a cherished fulfillment, or a cherished accomplishment. This say an ideal or ambition. You just ambitious about it, so you just keep working towards an idea that you have in your mind, an aspiration. It means daydreams or fantasies about something that you greatly desire, but you never able to obtain it. That is the American dream. How many of your relatives or elders do you know that actually live the American dream? I'll wait. Hmm. I'll wait. So now, what has angered me the most is after you use everybody to, produce your food, transport your goods, products, and services, work, in your production plants, your stores, your warehouses, your, facilities, your offices, skyscrapers, buildings, towers. You've had people working everywhere, right? Now that you've had all these people dedicate their lives, their belief system to the American dream, you guys are just going to allow other nations to come in and steal. They're not even stealing because you're giving it to them in government contracts. You're literally handing it to them, and then you want to claim fraud now that you done found out that they're taking the money to go build, weaponry to empower their country. You're paying out the other portion of it to war, to Ukraine, that's been fighting for at least a good 5 or 6 years. To Israel, that's been fighting since what, 2022, 2023. Okay, about 3 years now. Now we have an inside war where now you have the citizens against the federal government. It costs to have ICE agents, National Guards. I mean, we're being bled. We're being bled. People can't celebrate the things they used to can celebrate. It's just happening right before our eyes. People can't afford the things that they used to be able to afford. The dollar is dying, and if you guys think what Donald Trump is doing, um, well, I'm going to say this like this. I'll say this like this. Because you, first of all, got to have eyes to see, and then you have to listen to other wise counsel, okay, about what is going on with Donald Trump. What is his main agenda? Why is he going into countries taking territory? Why is he making moves like this? Instead of just jumping on the train, hey, this man is doing this man is doing that. Just taking your time to do some research about what it is he's doing. He is resetting the financial system. Nobody could get us out of the debt that we are in. Nobody. The United States dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power. And it has declined 10% in its value in just since last year. The dollar is dead, and Donald Trump is doing what he is instructed to do. I don't care what man or woman get in that position. They have somebody telling them what they're going to do. They're just legislating. Okay? Somebody behind the scenes is calling the shots. Even if it's foreigners, United Nations, okay? Somebody behind the scenes is calling the shots. So in order for the United States to say the superpower, where you got BRICS forming their own currency, you have, all these nations gathering up here saying, giving back their treasuries, their notes, their investments to the United States because it ain't worth jack diddly squat. When you start seeing that, then Donald Trump being a businessman, and this is why it's very important to become a businessman or a businesswoman. This is one of the traits that I highly admire about this man, even though I don't know him, okay? I don't know him at all. These are one of the traits that I admire about him and any other billionaire. I used to be on the other side saying, wow, all these billionaires and millionaires got money and all that. They grind behind the scene. They grind and they fail, but they get back up because they know how to build it. And they rebuild it and they rebuild it back better. So because this man is a businessman and he knows how to play strategic moves to bring things back from when they failed, to bring things back from when they're in balance, that is why he won the presidency. Because he knows how to do that. He does not know how to lead a nation, in my own opinion. Okay? But he is a dang on good businessman. So he analyzed, okay, well, if we're in that much debt, it's going to take this, that to be able to bring us back from this. Or if we go over here and create a whole new situation, then we can get rid of the old thing. We will stay in dominance. And this is how we will be able to be the leading force, right? This is his strategy. With his financial system that he created, World Liberty Financial, go look it up, okay? That is his bank account, him and his family's bank account. He has secured investments overseas in the Gaza Strip, okay? Those are investment, real estate investments. He's making moves, hitting them with tariffs because those are taxes so that we can get rid of taxes because that is how we will sustain our country. People wanting to ship and do business in the United States, in America, in the United States will have to pay a fee to be able to do business over here. And because I've set up my own financial system where you can trade digitalized, right? That is not controlled by the military, by the Federal Reserve. This is decentralized. It's called Bitcoin, stablecoin, cryptocurrency. It is not controlled by the government. It is not controlled by anybody. Okay? What you own is what you own. So now he's setting it up. While y'all was over here trying to make your own currency, I've created a whole new financial system. And in the first day of us even releasing it, him and his sons made billions of dollars with a B on it. Billions. You had investors from everywhere. Why? Because he has declared that we will be the crypto capital of the world. Now that the dollar is dead and y'all wanted to play with us like that, now we're going to be the crypto capital of the world because we have the stronger financial ties. People still want to do business with us. Now they have a different way to get rid of the dollar. We have to do it digitalized. If you want to come to the United States faster, with a faster process, then you can pay this amount of money to expedite the process. So now he's having money come up in here. Just last week, he literally reset the trillion, we $38 trillion in deficit. He reset half of $38 trillion. Okay? Half in one day. The dollar is about to die, and that is why this is so important to me. And it ought to be important to you. Not many of people that look like me or don't look like me come from similar backgrounds from me. Okay, we're not privy to this information. They do not teach us this from K through 12 nor in college. It was never intended for us to know unless you can pay like you weigh. And when they charge you to make sure that if you ain't got this type of flow, you ain't even getting them. You are not getting the secrets. If they were Googleable, everybody would know them and everybody would have implemented them. If they were, free, everybody would have the knowledge. Everybody would know how to play in the system. That's all it is. Wealth secrets is how to dominate systems. That's it. How to play the game. Monopoly tried to teach us when we were younger how to play the game. It's every system in that one game. Everybody get 250. Everybody start off at the same time, at the same place. Does not matter who you are. The banker is the one who loans you the money. Now let's see if you know the money game. Are you going to try to stack up all your money and end up losing it, having to pay get out of jail fees, having to pay property taxes? Are you going to lose it? Are you going to try to take the money that you get, make it around, go and double up and start investing into properties? Whether you go broke or not, if somebody on this board, because we all playing the game, okay? If somebody on this board land on your property, then you will receive payments forever just because they land on your property. Not only that, let's see who are the wisest ones to go buy up the railroad companies. This is where the money is at. The electricity companies. This is where the money is at. The water companies. This is where the money is at. Hello, Boardwalk. This is where the money is at. Marvin Gardens in New York, certain places in certain states, it gave us the blueprint. We thought we was playing a game. Even though it is a game, it was on another level. It was on another level. But that game was to teach us about money, monopoly, and how to use it. It was not the person who won the game that had the most money stacked up. It was the person who had the most assets. You can have $1,500, but if I had two properties, Marvin Gardens and the other yellow one, okay? If I own me a railroad, B&B railroad, if I own the water or the utility company, I won. Why? Because I had more assets. And assets is more valuable than all that cash you got stacked up over there trying to show off. Taught us again. It's up to us to learn the information, especially to my cousins. Anything that they want to withhold from you, it's always going to be in the form of reading. That is 1000% facts. It was not into an old Caucasian man, my brother in the Lord, Napoleon Hill, was listening to an audiobook. And he made a statement, and it has never left me. Whenever I hold my mentorships, I ask people these three questions. What do you know about money? Who taught you about money? And how much did they teach you that you can make? And I tell you, from the poll that I take, 95% say, nobody taught me about money. I taught myself about money. And we must all have to admit, if ain't nobody taught us about money or mistaught us the wrong way about money, then we can never do the right thing. We will continuously do the wrong thing with money because we were not taught or we were miseducated, okay? Meaning we have a belief system that we believe the person who taught us about money or who miseducated us about money, we believe them. If you don't know what money is and how it works, then how can you do the right thing with it? If you don't know how much money you can make, then you'll always accept minimum wage. You understand? If somebody came to me right now and say, how much can I buy you for your time? I would be ready to throw hands with them. What you talking about? Don't ever disrespect me like that. You can never buy my time. I don't know you. You trying to buy a slave? I would be so offended by that. Yet a job will tell you how much money you can make. Whether you can go potty or not. Whether you can take you a break and stretch your legs or not. Whether you can stay home with your sick child or not. Whether you can stay home because you're not feeling good or not. Whether you can take a vacation or not. And if you're not working, then the government tells you who you can live with or not. How much money you can make a month. before they can no longer help you or not. How much food you can buy in a month or not. All for them to take everything that we have made them and then just reset the system. And where does that leave everybody? Think about it. Some people have been putting in the grind. Do you understand me? Picking up extra hours, picking up extra shifts. I mean, taking on more responsibilities, losing more sleep, having longer times of commute, and they still broke. They still can't even afford life. To heck with investment. They can't even afford life. Think about that. And you live in the richest country on planet Earth, and all these people are broke. So much homelessness. I think that's the new normal. It's scary that people have become desensitized to seeing that. When I went to medical school and got my license to become a medical assistant, I learned a lot of things I never knew. One of those things that I learned was the most two nastiest places for you to get germs or cold or any type of sickness from. For one is an ATM machine. Second one is shoes. Wearing shoes into your house. All of the urine from dogs and animals and humans, feces, throwing up, blood that's spilled, spit and loogies, all of that, okay? All of that down there. The two most easiest ways for you to get sick is by touching an ATM and by bringing shoes from outside inside. And for people to actually have to sleep out there, if your shoes ain't safe to be brought inside, why would a human being have to lay outside in something like that? That's terrible. And people are desensitized. They just study just driving on by, turn right on up in there right where they at, just desensitized. And I'm like, everybody is literally one paycheck, not even one. You miss one pay period, your whole house crumbles from being homeless and poor and unhelped. That's crazy. How could we have been working for 5, 10, 15, 20 years and we got money in a retirement that we have to be taxed on if we need some money out of it? But you're taking all this money out of our checks for years. Stock market crash, your 401k goes bye-bye. You've been working for no reason. Literally. It's a scam, and it's a scam system. And what they doing is evil as hell. I don't know anybody else who would do this to that amount of people and just leave people hanging with universal basic income. Don't nobody want no universal basic income. Don't nobody want the government dictating what you get to eat, whether you got coins or credits. You know what I'm saying? If you don't obey, jaywalk, then we get to determine how much we're going to deduct from you. I'm good. I'm good. And see, what the wealthy people are doing is we should be paying attention. Because I come by here and tell y'all the same thing they doing. Now, if you see the wealthy people out here buying up all this land, why aren't you? Why sit and complain about how much acres Bill Gates, hundreds. Let's have a look. How many acres of land they out here buying up and why? Why have they invested lots of money into AI and technology? Why are they buying up real estate? Why are they investing in Bitcoin so heavily? Why are they buying up all gold and silver? And just to be clear, I told y'all last year when gold was at 3,800 and something. This wasn't even 3 or 4 months ago. This was right before Christmas. Now in 2026 today, gold is at $4,700, pushing $5,000 per ounce, because that's God's money. You can't never get rid of gold. You can collapse mammon, okay? Mammon is just a belief system. That's all mammon is. Hey, here's $100 for you to go pay your bills over there. And you believe, okay, this is enough for me to go pay my bills over here. Whatever's left with, that's what I'll settle for. It's a belief system. Hello, beloved. That's all that it is a belief system. So we own no real assets because we so caught up. Currency ain't nothing but for the government, something the government created to control. You can't get up and say today, I want to make $50 an hour. I'm not going to come back to work. Bye. Somebody else. And now what is happening to the blacks and the whites is the Indians and the foreigners and the Chinese, they coming over here working for $5. Why? Because our money over here, even though it's lost its value, they can still use it while it's usable to go ahead and ship back home and get back home whatever it is that they need. That's why. Because $6 over here is like maybe $2,400 over there. And while it's still being able to be used, they're sending it back. I showed y'all the Somalians, billions of dollars being transported through the airport, flying from Ohio to Minnesota to international. Y'all got to go look it up because I ain't got time to show y'all. I came by here to share some wisdom with y'all. Okay, best birthday gift I can give to myself is to make sure my cousins is enlightened, and then I'm gonna offer some birthday specials that you have to be live and present to take advantage of. That's the name of the game. We don't see what our clear eyeballs, what in the Hades is happening right before our eyeballs. And where is that going to lead people? You allowing other people, and that's for those that are prayers, people that are believers. When you don't stand up and take position, the enemy will. And that's what we see happening. How we mad at foreigners for coming up over here, taking away, the money and all of that? We can't be mad at them because we're not doing nothing. Whatever we won't do, the enemy will come in and do. That is how he's building his fortitude. That's how he is fulfilling his agenda and his assignment. It costs money to do that. It costs money to promote his filth in the media. It costs money to, to make movements and build, data centers and all of this stuff. It costs money. We the only ones feel like we don't need none. Let me pull this up. All right. Let me share my screen real quick. Hold on, waiting for this. You better not do this dumb stuff. Hold on, y'all. I pray in the mighty name of Jesus, you better not be playing with me on this live today. You can just get yourself unfrozen. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to share my screen. I might have to leave this screen alone. Do you hear me? because I don't know what's going on with the internet. But I wanted to show y'all. I could tell y'all if this thing stopped. Okay, Lord, shut this off. Let me know if y'all can still hear me because my screen where I'm trying to share from my screen is frozen. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Just cancel this. Wow, what are you doing? Google Chrome is not responding. What? Hold on, y'all. Satan, the Lord rebukes you. I am not starting over. Hold on, y'all. All right, come on, man. This thing is just steady spinning. Close the program. Wow. It might shut us down, but I might come right back. So just hold on, okay? I don't know what is going on with the internet or this computer. Wow. How faithful are y'all? Thank y'all for staying right up over here, okay? I appreciate that. I am not going to try to hear. Let me know if you guys can hear me, okay? I see y'all still on the screen, but I don't know if y'all can hear me. The whole entire computer just shut off. But before I move forward, just let me know, okay? You can smash the hearts or something like that. Let me know in the comment section. Before I was rudely frozen over here, and I take authority over the power over the airway, okay? The system's trying to block what you are saying, period. I just said that. I said, how is it that I'm getting ready to share how much land billionaires own? Let me see if it's going to let me share because I'm determined to do it anyway. The devil is a liar. Okay, boom. I wanted y'all to see this. Billionaires own vast amounts of land primarily for investment, farming, and ranching, with key figures like Stan Kroenke, however you say his name, John Malone, and the Emerson family holding over 1,000,000 acres each. Stan Kroenke owns 1,000,000 acres. John Malone owns 1,000,000 acres. Emerson family owns 1,000,000 acres. But Bill Gates is the largest private farmland owner with hundreds of thousands of acres for crops like corn, potatoes, and onions. You know what Bill Gates trying to do? Bill Gates is out here trying to get paid forever. Why? Because he's going to be producing food. It's one thing to own a bunch of acres, but he went and bought a different type of land, farmland. Why? Because if I control the farmland, which means I have access to water wells. I control the food. I can say who's gonna eat or not. Okay? So he recently became Stan Kroenke, became the largest private landowner in the US. He owns a significant amount of ranch land, but not farmland. Ranch land is for like cattle, okay, raising cattle. He owns 2.2 million acres, John Malone, focusing on ranches, forestry. When I tell you that nobody in their bloodline will ever be poor, ever. And conservation, you get paid for the government for conservation, trees, rainforest type of, raw land, dirt. You get paid for that. Ted Turner owns 2 million acres, just ranch land, making him a pioneer in this trend. Bill Gates owned 270,000 acres. Jeff Bezos, Amazon, do 420,000 acres. Why are they buying land? Investment. Farmland values have appreciated significantly, making it a strong hedge against inflation. Let me tell you why it makes a strong hedge against inflation. Because the cost of living may go up, and the cost of food will go up too. If I control the food, if I control the ranch land, if I control the farmland, then my price will always be the top dollar. I can charge what I want because I have the power, to do so. So I can charge what I want when I want. This is a recession-proof investment. If I don't put nothing on it, my money still appreciates in this land. If I don't put nothing on it, I can own 2 million acres of land and don't put not one cow, not one sweet potato, nothing on the land, and it's still going to appreciate. Diversification. If that cash go trash, they got land. Land provides stable, long-term income streams. I don't care what's happening to the dollar bill. Okay? Conservation and legacy. Some like John Malone also cites preservation. This is how I'm going to preserve my family as a key motivation for him buying up all that land. This is how I'm going to preserve my bloodline. Okay? They collectively control millions of acres through investment in agriculture and timberland. Okay? And didn't I just tell y'all, if y'all was on the live the other day, I just told you that the Lord showed me himself in a dream, in a night vision, where the real wealth was at. He's already told me gold and silver is my currency. In the Bible, it says the gold and the silver is the Lord's. Man can't control that. Okay? It will never depreciate. It will continue to climb up and up and up. It's been used before there was a dollar bill. It's been used before there was a wand. Gold is biblical. It was put in the garden before Adam and Eve ever was even existed. And they didn't have nowhere to go shop and nowhere to go buy. I dare you to go fact check me. Okay? Gold is the currency of heaven. And you wonder why we ain't got none. Land was an inheritance where it says a wise man will leave an inheritance for his children's children. That word inheritance means land. That's why Abraham had so much of it. Lot had so much of it. Laban and Jacob and all of them David had so much of it. They call it territory. We pitch our tents and we mob deep because we own all this land. The territory, the region, all of that is land. Why you think we don't own any? They wanted us to own nothing. You can just work and make money to make us money so we can own. This is the name of the system. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I'm going to leave y'all alone. I always want to have another teachable moment because I want y'all to understand what's going on, okay? I have some information where you will hear from their own mouth that they about to reset the financial system. Question is, I'm not even concerned about what they doing. I see clearly what y'all doing. You cannot hide it. But what I am paying attention to is what I'm about to do about it. It's sink or swim, fight or flight. And if y'all about to reset its financial system, then I'm gonna be honest with y'all. All of us need to be going to go get a whole bunch of money and converting it into assets like land, like gold, like silver. Okay? If you feel led to do crypto, do that too. That's the way the world is going. That is the way you're going to preserve yourself. You can lose every dollar in your account, but if you got land, you got money. If you got credit, you got money. I've been telling my cousins, get your credit together. When they reset this dollar bill system, you want to have something that you can leverage. If I needed to make a move or hey, pay for an emergency for one of my loved ones, save their life. Hey, I got a quarter acre of land. I got a half acre of land. Right now, you can have it. Let my loved one get the surgery. Let my loved one get a meal. We ain't got no food. I got a quarter acre of land. You can always barter land. You can always pay for stuff with gold and silver. In the United States, go look up the states. Let me do it. Matter of fact, with us all here, so you know it's real. Hold on. What states takes gold and silver as legal tender? I definitely know Kentucky or somewhere back there. Okay. Several United states have passed laws recognizing gold and silver as their legal tender or voluntary medium of exchange. Where we reside at in Texas, that's why we reside there. They take gold and they put it on like a Visa debit card. So if I have 1 ounce of gold, that is almost $5,000 I have to spend. If I have 2 ounces of gold, I have 10,000. I can use my card like a Visa debit card with my gold back in it. I have more money in gold than I ever would in dollars. That's just the way it works. For $1, all you have is $1. For 1 ounce of gold, you have 5,000. Okay? Several states have passed laws recognizing gold and silver as legal tender or voluntary medium of exchange, allowing their use in transactions and often exempting them from taxes. You mean to tell me we can't be taxed on gold? Nope. Because the dollar is not backed by gold. That is God's money. Can't no man back up their currency by God's money. It's God's money. And you don't pay taxes on gold. You pay taxes on currency. I hope y'all learning something. Y'all got to talk back to me and let me know y'all learning something. I hope that you learning more than you ever learned in college. Let me know what you learning. Hello, somebody. So Florida, Utah, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Wyoming, okay, Arizona, Idaho, South Carolina, and Tennessee. Though implementation details vary by state and date, these laws aim to offer alternatives to fiat currency, the dollar bill, and protect against inflation, with Florida set to fully implement broad usage in July 2026. There is McDonald's that accepts gold and silver. The reason why they now have these states accepting gold and silver because the dollar is dying. And while people are out here trying to work to hold on to it, the gag is really on you because you're going to mess around and own nothing when they reset their financial system. Okay? With that being said, I'm going to take the next 10, 15 minutes, see how I give y'all all the game first. I'm going to offer y'all some opportunities. Okay? I have several things. You have to be on live in order to take advantage of the sales. I'm 47, so I'm going to start with some $47 offers that I'm going to offer y'all. How about that? Then I'll move up to $9.97. Everything that I have is on a discount, but I'm going to start from the very lowest all the way up to middle. Ain't going to be no high ticket today, okay? I know where to go get their money. Just let me say that. I know how to fix your credit faster than lightning. You ain't got to be dancing with the credit bureaus. I got every piece of detailed documentation. If they ever was to come after you for trying to have something removed from your credit report that is not supposed to be there, I don't care if you owe the debt. Even if you owe the debt, it ain't supposed to be reported on your consumer report. Any financial transaction is against the law to be reported on your consumer report, meaning car payment, financial transaction, house payment, financial transaction, rent, financial transaction, cell phone bill, financial transaction. Those are illegal according to the law, not according to my word, according to the law. So when you dispute them or delete them, they will use an automated system to say, hey, yeah, this is verified. That's when we take their butt to court. You understand me? And we get paid for them playing with us. They don't want that. That's why they have another multi, what you call it, where everybody in the world get in on a lawsuit. What do you call it? Joint lawsuit, whatever. Class action lawsuit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. They didn't violated too many people. Okay? So I have a credit sweep that will remove their dirty, lying, stinking, deceptive accounts that they have placed on your consumer profile so you can get approved. So you always be stuck owing them money. Okay? Not able to break free. I have a 7-day credit sweep. Okay? Take 7 days to sweep your credit. Follow instruction. Step by step, it's all there. Everything you need to get your credit swept in 7 days. Okay? I will allow you guys to get the credit sweep for $47. Okay? Sweep your credit. Get it together. Get the stuff removed. Now you're eligible to go get funding. And we're not borrowing money so that we can go buy things without having money to pay back, because you do have to pay back. We're going to go get their money. Here's the play. This is free game. If you loan me $100,000, 10% of that every single month is going to be $1,000. Okay? You give me the $100,000, I take the loan. For 12 months, that's going to be $12,000 for me to pay you for 12 months at $1,000. I'm going to take another 12 and I am going to pay 2 years up back on the loan from the money they gave me. No money is coming out of my pocket. You can come by. So no money is coming out of my pocket. I'm using your money to make me money now. I paid you back for 2 years. Cool. Next thing I'm going to do, okay? Y'all pay attention to what I'm going to do. 24,000 of the 100,000 is gone. Okay? That leaves me with what? 76,000. This is what I'm gonna do with the 76,000. I done already paid y'all back for 2 years. So I ain't got to worry about you hounding me. I ain't got to worry about no late payment. It's going to show positive payback history, which is going to make you offer to give me an increase. Hello, somebody, because I didn't pay you back 2 years in advance. I'm just putting it in a separate bank account and letting it come out month by month. Okay, it's going to boost my score. It's going to do the whole 9 yards. I'm not taking it all up front and paying you back. I'm gonna put it in an account, set it on auto pay, and every month your money gonna be there because I've already set that to the side for the next 2 years. Hello, somebody. That's 24,000 of the 100,000. Now what I'm gonna do is okay. I'm gonna come over here to this website with my 76,000 left, and I am going to buy me a business that's already making money. Okay, it's already making money. I'm going to find me which way I'm gonna get into entertainment, healthcare, and fitness. I'm gonna do me healthcare because that's number one. People always looking for spa and wellness, all of this stuff. Okay, so I got $76,000 left from the 100,000 they lent me because I got my credit sweat. And it looks like I got a clean profile ready for funding. Okay. Now I can go and get this in Arnaville, Louisiana. I can go and bid on this Dollar General. I can say, now I don't want anything of that sort. Okay. Let me come on down and just add me some filters so I can find one in my price range. Okay. We looking for yeah, that's what we're looking for. And I'm looking for this on a price range. I'm gonna say max price is gonna be 50,000 because I got 76. I will at least want to keep 26,000 and pay on some of my personal debt. So now I can go get 100,000 another way, business wise, personal wise. Okay, we rinse, wash, and we repeat the same situation. So I'm going to take out Louisiana. I'm just going to say all locations. Okay, under 50,000. Listing type is established business. Let me see. I got healthcare and fitness. I'll also put up restaurants and food. Let's see what else. Um, let's see. Let's see. Car wash. Is there something here? Car wash. Okay. Laundry. All right. Yeah. Let me look for laundromats and coin-based businesses. Okay. So now I got max price $50,000. I mean, minimum price 50,000, and then max price is 50,000. Okay. And then I got the price range in there. Yep. If I wanted more filters, then I could. But look, check it out. Hold on. Why do I keep doing that? Hold on, y'all. Because it's not letting me let my price stay. Okay. I'm gonna say to 100,000. Let's see if that will reset it. Nah. some reason they let me filter it out, okay? But let's just see if I can find, scroll down, do my due diligence, see if I can find something that I'll absolutely say yes to. Okay? And it's just one of the websites. It's multiple websites we can go on and find a cash producing business. Already making money, whoop de whoop. Okay? Established medical LLC with credit lines and certificate of authority. With strong foundation and growth potential, this company comes with certificate of authority in place, making it suitable for healthcare. Let me see what they got going on. Because I found one. I got 76,000. I said in health and wellness. Okay. They're doing $18,000. They want 31,000. I'm going to be making 18,000. Okay. Established medical LLC with strong foundational growth potential, making it suitable for healthcare and medical supply or related industries. Has excellent credit history and multiple attractive business credit cards with solid limits. Okay, so it comes with the business credit cards, and it comes with the excellent credit history. Boy, look at here. Okay, this is a turnkey opportunity for entrepreneur or investor seeking an established business entity with immediate credit access and professional recognition. Whether you want to launch a new venture, expand an existing company, or enter the medical supply healthcare space, this LLC offers a fast and compliant pathway. Reason for selling: the owner is pursuing other professional opportunities and is unable to dedicate the required time to the business. All right, so you can talk to the business owner, right? They want 18,000. I mean, they want 31,000. So I'll go ahead and deduct that from the 76,000. I'm still sitting with 44,000, and this one is generating me 18,000, and it has clean credit and trade lines, which means I can take the paperwork and go over here to another partner and say, look, I have a business generated $18,000 a month. Okay. And here's my paperwork. We have excellent credit on it with some trade lines. I need to borrow $1 million. And they say, okay, you already generated income. Cool. You want to expand, whatever I tell them I need the million for. Okay. You want to expand. Cool. So they give me the $1 million. Why? Because I got documentation stating that I have a income producing business, that I use day money to go buy me some money. Now I'm going to go get this million. Now I'm going to go rent me an apartment complex with a health and wellness spa in the middle of it. Because that's what I said I wanted to do, expand. And I can offer luxury living or whatever the case, senior living. I can go buy me a school with a wellness. I can go do me anything with that $1 million. Okay? Say, for instance, they gave me $1 million. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come find me a business. Okay? I'm going to pay them back 2 years up in advance. Whatever is left out of that $1 million, okay? Say, for instance, it's 500,000 left, maybe 600,000. I'm going to come find me another business. Established restaurant. They want 429. They're doing 330,000 a year. Right here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Okay. This is what was waiting for visionary owner with a seating capacity of 80 customers. This is a restaurant. Okay. So I can take that. Let's see if I can find something else. People love the pizza. It's selling it for 250,000. They net in 143,000. So I got $1 million. I'm gonna take, say for instance, I got 500,000 or 600,000 left. I'm gonna take that 250. Still gonna have every bit of 250, 200,000 left to work with, and now I'm generating income in Indiana. And I'm gonna take that business back to the same place. I just got $1 million for the first business. I'm just gonna rinse, wash, and repeat. That's it. That's the way you play the game. When I borrow the money, you can't tax me on money I ain't worked for. Okay? So that's tax free. When I go buy real estate and I provide jobs for people, there's a tax deduction for that. I'm playing with their money to make money. Okay? So when I tell y'all the power of a sweep, I just gave y'all the play. My people are too comfortable liking their negative credit when you can really leverage your credit to have anything in this life you ever dreamed of. It's not working harder to make money. Clean your credit up while you still can and leverage their money to make you money. So you make money from the comfort of your own home, wherever you want to be, driving in a car, whether you're on an airport, at a beach. You are now able to leverage their money to make money, and you have gotten yourself out of this system. Okay? The 7-day credit sweep, I will allow you guys. Excuse me. Felt like I had to do a deep sneeze. Matter of fact, I'll give y'all 2 credit sweeps. I'm gonna give you the 7-day one, and I'm gonna give you the 4-day one. The 7-day one works on one credit bureau for sure, which is TransUnion. And you might be like, oh man, I really want it on Equifax, Experian, whoop-de-whoop, okay? You can get it on Equifax and Experian as well, but that would be a different suite. This one here works on TransUnion. Why? Because all credit unions only deal with TransUnion, and they give the bigger bag. They give a lot of money, but they're going to check your TransUnion score. Majority of credit unions, banks that are made in the USA and for the USA, you're going to only be able to go to the banks that's pulling from TransUnion. But you can get that sweep for $47. I have a 4-day aggressive sweep. Okay? These are my opportunities, my offers, because it's my birthday. So I'm able to do what I want to do, when I want to do it with my products. I will give you the 4-day aggressive sweep for $97 in 4 days. Now your days then short it down. Why? Because of the terminology, because of the legalities. And it went from 7 days on TransUnion to 4 days on all 3. Okay, 4 days on all 3, $97. Next, I have a 24-hour credit sweep. Okay, 24-hour credit sweep. And the $200,000 funding play. I've been trying to tell my cousins, this is the way, y'all. Why you think they harass me as much as they do? They do not want y'all knowing this truth. They do not want me sharing this information. If I just sit down and showed y'all how much they have attacked me, from having thousands of views to literally having 2 and 3 people on the live. And that's just not my lives. Those are, but I can have thousands of views on stuff that I post that is not pertaining to the truth. If I want to go dance or be silly, do some comedy, they will let that go crazy. But the moment I post these lives and I post truth about land banking, about credit, okay, about how to go get you the biggest bag you ever had, because that's what it really is going to be. They don't want you to know that. They will put that down to the bottom of the barrel. So I will repeat that again for those that's coming on. It would be wise, beloveds, for you to get your credit together. It would be very wise. When they reset this dollar, you will have a plan B to back up on. And if you believe you are worth investing into at whatever level you is financially, $47 is a low investment for you to get your credit together fast and go get you some funding. We're going to need it. Who in the Hades is walking around buying 1 ounce of gold for almost $5,000? And some people hold savings account. You can get the 7-day TransUnion, okay, sweep. And I will give you the banks that only pull from TransUnion so that you can go get you some funding ASAP. Okay? 7 to 10 days, the most. Long as you do everything that they tell you, 7 to 10 days at the most. Anybody want that, put a 1 in the chat. Okay? If you would like to get the 4-day aggressive 3-in-1 sweep, sweeps everything off. All 3 bureaus. Okay? All 3 bureaus. And it is very aggressive. The attorneys written it. The attorneys is on the file now, okay? Monitoring, waiting and itching and scratching for them to violate your law so they can sue them. It's very aggressive. It's 4 days. Put a 2 in the chat if you want that. That one's $97. And the 24-hour sweep, which works on TransUnion, again, only on TransUnion. I will give you the links for you to go get funding from about 15 different lending facilities. That does not go off of no personal score. Simply go off of you, okay? And the steps that I give to you inside of it makes it very simplistic for you to go and, go A, B, C, D, and E, boom. There you go. It's a done deal, okay? I give you, and I'm saying that in the way that, in a manner that I'm saying it, because I'm using a platforms. And I got to keep it cheap at all times. All right? I have the 24-hour sweep with the funding links to go get the funding from TransUnion. I'm talking about high limited amounts, not no 9,000, 10,000. I'm talking about high limited amounts, $50,000 upward. Okay, you can have that 24-hour sweep. 24 hours. It is the newest 2026. It's based off of the data breach they just had. Okay, it's hot off the press. It ain't even a full 13 days old. Everybody can't get access to this because when we start overcrowding, they start, overcharging. They start moving funny, shutting it down. They know too many of us then came and got back what was rightfully belonged to us. So, okay. You can put a 3 in the chat. That with, I said you get a 24-hour sweep. I said you get, you get the funding. Yeah, what banks to go to, you get that, okay? What times to call, very, very important. You're going to get the play. You're going to get the drop, okay? So you get the 24-hour sweep. You get the drop. Who's going to fund you, exactly how much they're going to fund you for. And $197 for the 24-hour sweep with the funding information, okay, and the contacts, as well as the community. Put a 3 in the chat if you want that, okay? I'm going to make this last deal, and then this last offer, shall I say it is a deal, but I got like 5 minutes to do so. If you really want to touch some serious money and you are serious about not just touching the money, but actually doing something with the money, okay? I can tell you all day long, do something with the money, and I myself have never done it, but I have done it. And my money went into dirt, okay? Into real estate investments. I can help you do the same entire thing if you let me. I know there's a way to actually go get $1 million in funding. I will not tell y'all that. But what I will say is, minimally in this mentorship that I'm offering, okay? It's going to be my final day. It's my birthday gift from me to you. Instead of me being a recipient, I'm giving. In the next 30 to 45 days, you can touch 250,000. And I'm going to show you what to do with it when you get the 250,000. I just gave you an example of something I would do if I got an extra 250,000. I want my money to keep coming back into me because that is what an investment is. I have 4 spots left for me and you to work together in a very intimate setting where I will help you go after 250,000. I got all the links. I know where you need to go. And it does not matter where your credit score stands. If your credit needs some work, cool. We have lenders who don't even use your credit score. Okay. If you go ahead and sweep it and get it together and boost it after it's swept, follow the protocol, then you can have your own house if you wanted to. Okay. You can start your own business if you wanted to. You notice that you can buy and pay for everything with a credit card now. You can go purchase you a car off the lot with a credit card. They used to be unheard of. They like, no, bring cash in only, please. No, no credit card. Now it is, the dominating form of payment, credit card. Okay. So credit is going to be very vital in our preservation. And I want to help you be able to go get a lot of money. And we don't need no masses and no multitudes. Just a handful of people that God has selected himself to run several plays. Go get this 250,000. You're not in no obligation to do business with me. I got you what I guaranteed you would have. The rest is up to you, okay? There wouldn't be no love lost. If you chose at the last minute, I'm just going to take bonds and go on over whoop-de-whoop. Okay, there's nothing that we could do, okay? That's not the name of the game. I'm showing you how to go and use their money to make you more money on a deeper level, okay? All kind of ways to go and hit them. And I got all their information. So what you get inside of this mentorship, okay? And when I say mentorship, it's a very small setting. We cousins now, like a handful, and that's it, okay? Including myself. Well, I'm finna show you how to literally clean house financially. What banks we finna go to, what we finna say on this script to get them to reconsider our balance, okay? What action steps do we need to take? That is very urgent right now before they reset. Because we don't have 40 years to go work a job, try to save up some little coins. We don't have that. Everything we need to be doing must be done with speed because we are so delayed. We don't have no platforms. We don't own anything. We don't own anything at all. But It's time to change that. I have a mentorship where I will hold your hand in an intimate setting and we will go after $250,000 in funding guaranteed, even if you ain't got no good credit. Okay? And then I'm going to show you how to turn around and do it the same play times two. Instead of once, twice. Let's do this twice. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay? I'm going to show you how to do that. And you're going to have that done in 30 to 45 days. The mentorship, the mentoring, okay? You still got access to that, but now you got the bag. Now we need to wait and see what you're going to do with the bag. Are you going to go route A to make more money for you? Or are you going to be so mesmerized that they lent this type of money to you and run off and splurge and try to come back when you looking like the prodigal child and gets no love? Okay? I have 4 spots available, 4 spots left inside of this mentorship with myself, showing you not only how to get funded, but how to become the funder. Okay? Candy Meter, hey Dr. T, I'm gonna send a check in email. Okay, send it to me, love. Yes. Okay. Send it to me for sure. So not only do you get funded first, we get you funded first. Then we turn around and we create a funding company for you that you don't have to work. We can hire and outsource it to VAs and different things of that sort, put it together in a system so people that come in and looking for funding, they can have an answer whether they are approved and how much for, or they are denied. And then if they is denied, we can set up to something where we offer them a suite because we don't want to turn nobody down. We don't want nobody to feel like they left out. Might take you a little bit longer, but you're going to come back as we're going to get you together. So you keep your community and you keep your cash flow flowing in. Okay? We're going to build your community. We're going to get you to fund it first. And then we're going to build you systems so that you can have this thing automated where you ain't got to do it yourself. Okay? I am only allowing 4 more people into this mentorship. January came, I totally changed up all my prices, put them back at their regular price. Okay? It's my birthday, so definitely I'm allowing you to come in on a hellified discount because it's my birthday. Okay? Who really ready to go, who see what's happening and really ready to go. This is for you. This is not about success. This is about assets. This is about legacy. Okay? So not only am I going to get you funded, we're going to get you funded. Okay? Because it's a we thing, we're going to turn around and help others get funded. Okay? And you're not going to have to lift a finger. Not unless you want to be hands-on. Some people do want to be hands-on with their business, and I ain't mad at you. But if you had to outsource it, because I don't got much time and I don't got much this and that, then outsource it. Okay? Your money's still going to be made. And you're going to have somebody who don't know you, don't have no reason to be shady, fall out, and don't miss work and all of that stuff. Okay? I'm interested in how much to start with you. It just depends on what program, beloved. So those other offers I gave, like the credit suite. Okay? Credit suite, you can go ahead and clean your credit. I also going to give you some banks that you can go and get funded for once you've cleaned your credit. And then, one of them, like the one I'm mentioning now, this one is a mentorship where there's guarantees that I'm going to make sure you get $250,000 no matter where your credit is at. Okay. I'm also going to turn you on to free money that you can get every single month. AI will fill out everything for you and submit it as well. Okay. This is about working smarter, not harder, and then taking their money while we still got the time to do it. The reason why we need to sweep in days, so we don't have to wait months and years for you to keep on playing with me. If your credit is okay, you definitely need to get funded. You ready for funding if you at an 808. A lot of funding. I mean a lot of funding. If you at an 808. Having that type of credit score will allow you to walk into any dealership and don't even have to show no documentation. I have banks that will fund you right now. Okay. Several of them, Wells Fargo, Chase, that will fund you on demand because of your credit score. Okay. Thank you, Princess. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So this mentorship, it's only for 4 other people. I said 5. We got 1 seat secured. Okay. Actually 3, because we have a potential. Brother, if you're watching, I didn't give up your seat. It just slipped my mind. Brother L, I got you. Okay. I have 3 spots. You can get all of that with guarantee that I'm going to get some funding. Okay. Or you get your money back for $997. Okay. That's the mentorship. How do I get with you? Inbox me. DM me right over here on Instagram where we talking at right now. Go to the messages and message me. And we'll get all the way together. Okay. This is a guarantee. I have showed y'all countless and countless and countless and countless and countless of receipts of me helping people get lots of money. If I don't know nothing else, I know where to get the money from. You just need me to show you, get your documents, all of that good stuff together so that we can rock and roll. Okay? Simple as that. You got to be willing to invest in you, not in me. You're not investing in me. I know the information. I've executed on the information. And therefore, I've had transformation for executing on the information. But you don't need me. You just need the strategy. You need the keys. You need the information. Okay? That's what you need. 1000%. And I will give it to you. I will give you their systems. I'll give you everything you need. Okay? Where you can automate this stuff and never, ever have to show up and meet anybody face to face, deal with disgruntled customers, ship products. You ain't got to do any of that. Okay. I have 3 spots left in the mentorship for $997. The other things you guys can buy for either $47, $97, or $197, just depending on how fast you want to get there. 7-day sweep, $47. That's TransUnion only. On top of the banks that you go get funding from, TransUnion only. And then we have the 4-day aggressive sweep that works on all 3 bureaus. All 3. Okay. That one's 97. And then you have the 24-hour sweep. We're not even waiting 3 days to 7 days. This is for those who ready rat now, because the rat is fast. Rat now. Okay. So that one is I think like 197. Yeah, that one is 197 for the 24-hour sweep. But you also get the banks. You get everything that you need. What time you need to call, what you need to say. You get them over the phone. This is how you can actually become a member. They're going to offer you these credit cards. You're going to tell them this. We give you the script. Somebody put the script. It's not how much you know. It's exactly what do you know. Because what you know can change your life. Okay? And then we have the wealth circle. Okay? If you want to go and get you $250,000 in funding, turn around, buy something that's already generated income. That's how you pay off your bills, off your debts, whatever it is. Okay? There, I have completed my assignment. Any questions for me before I go? Any questions for me before I go? I love y'all. My time is up. Okay. I'm extremely tired. And gotta press through like a bulldog. Okay. So I'm not gonna be here a long time at all. Trying to just get hurry up with everything in my day out on the bed. Once I get that moment. Any questions? Any questions? For those of you over here on Instagram, go ahead and hit the DM, fam. Send me a message. And I will respond back to you over there. And yeah, you guys can't see the information over here on this screen. So I'm just going to say DM me. I'll send it over to you. Okay. And I appreciate me being allowed to take an hour and 40 minutes of your time. I know I have to earn the right to your time. So I want to say thank you and salute until the next time. I will see you again, friends. Thank you, Sister Candy. Thank you, Princess. Love you too. Thank y'all. Thank you so very much. Just trying to make sure before I go, there's no questions. All right, y'all. I love y'all, and I will see you guys on the next one. Ba-ba. Yeah. Let me stop this.